Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the second vlog, but this is going to be the first episode in a series that I'm creating called How to Make a Successful Business. So I'd like to first thank everybody for the support on the first vlog and the first blog on the website. And if you haven't had a chance to read the first blog, it's actually on the website. So if you look in the description below, you'll see the URL to the website. It's actually talking about my road to financial freedom, and I want you guys to be a part of it. So I will be providing some good resources in these blogs, and they're very quick reads. So if you guys want to check them out, again, the description below, there's going to be a URL. All right, so it's Sunday. Well, actually, it's Monday for you guys. So this is going to be like a Monday motivation, and it's perfect because it's talking about how to start your own successful business, right? So the first thing you need to start a successful business, most people think it's money, capital. I'm here to tell you that the most important thing you need is not money, and there's a reason for that. Now, a lot of you might be like, hey, you need money to start a business. Yes, that is correct. But at the same time, that is not the most important thing that you need. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking it down. So the most important thing you need to start a successful business is passion. And the reason why I say passion is because how are you going to start something that you're not really passionate about? Passion is basically going to help you persevere through challenges that you might face. If you don't have the passion, then it's going to be hard to overcome the challenge because you're not motivated to get past that. So for example, think about somebody creating a business and they're not really passionate about it. The reason why they created the business is to get rich quick. So what happens is they create a business, they are putting all this money and effort into the business, and then after the first month or two, they'll realize that, hey, I'm putting a lot of work and capital and money into this, but I'm not getting anything in return. Right off the bat, they're thinking that, oh, well, it's not worth it. I'm putting all this money in, I'm not getting anything out. And the problem with that is because their mindset is to get rich quick, which a lot of people's mindset is to do that. But if you want to create a successful business, unless you're like super lucky, that just doesn't happen. You have to put in the hard work, and you can't just, oh, I'm going to come out with this athletic clothing line and I'm going to charge Nike prices. Well, it doesn't really work like that because you have to build the credibility. So in my example, so I created a business, and as most of you know that are following, because right now, majority of you following are friends and family, you know that I have a business called Sportalytics. So when I started it, I was putting a lot of money in, and I never at one point was like, hey, I'm not really, this is not worth it to me. I didn't have that feeling because what I was doing was something I love to do. And it was not something where I was like, oh, I want to get rich off of this. If I had a whole bunch of money, I would probably be doing this stuff for free because that's how much I love it and that's how much I am passionate about sports, and particularly football. So it wasn't hard for me. Now, fast forward, now that I have laid the groundwork, I've had to do a couple of stuff for free. And that's just to get my name out there, to build the credibility in the area with the local aspect, or with the local athletes. And through that free work, I've built a credibility. And then now it's to the point where people are contacting me and asking me to, for my services. So I am making extra money from it, and it's just another source of income for me. And the thing that set it up was I never quit. I had the passion to do something, and no matter what, I was doing it. So there came a point where I understood that I had enough credibility to actually start asking for money for my services. And the thing was, people were starting to realize that my services and the quality of my services were pretty good. They realized that I had something of value, something of quality, and they wanted to be attached to that. So once I realized that, I was able to go back to them and say, hey, this is what I charge for my services. And now I have a business that's generating funds. And it's a good feeling to see that you have funds coming back in to the business. You have an income it's good to see. It's very motivating. Once you start something, you always want to try to finish it. So always fight through that. If you have a passion, again, the motivation is going to be there. So one book that helped me a lot during the process of creating a business and keep going through and persevering was one book. It was the first book I read actually about business, and it was How to Win at the Sport of Business. And it's by Mark Cuban, and it talked about how Mark Cuban was passionate about what he did. He was getting fired from jobs, and he went from, I mean, obviously there was some time in between, but he went from sleeping on his friend's couch to now being a billionaire that owns the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, that's just one of the books I read. But since it's the first one, again, if you guys want to check that out, in the description, I also have a link to Audible where they'll give you 2 free ebooks. And I'm not one to like physically reading a book. I actually like to use Audible to listen to things while I'm doing something. So I'll be doing 2 things at one time. While I'm at work, I'm listening to an Audible book. So again, there's 2 free books down in the description. I think it's 30-day trial. Again, you could quit before the 30 days gives up. So just try it out and check how you guys like it. I'm actually a subscriber. So also I want you guys to do some research on some of the people that were there before you. Now these might be sports people, but again, look in your field and see how they started their business. So again, Mark Cuban, that's a good one. Phil Knight for Nike. I'm sure you guys know his story with selling the stuff out of his trunk. And now Nike, obviously, everybody knows where they're at. And a good one is Kevin Plank. So he's actually the owner and founder of Under Armour. He went to the University of Maryland, and I believe he was a special teams assistant or special teams captain. And he had his idea for these breathable shirts that he brought to the school and said, hey, I want the athletes to try this. Just let me know how it feels. He took it to other schools, and now you have Under Armour. So Under Armour, obviously, we know where they're at as well. You will find that passion, once you have the passion down and you're starting to work on your business, the money will come with it. So again, when I was doing my business, I was just working through, not really making anything, and then the money started to come in. If you have passion, you'll find a way to make money, and the money will come. You just have to be patient, and you just have to go through the process. Everything is not quick when it comes to business. You might get lucky, and that's fine. But again, for most of the businesses that you start, it will be a process. It's not something that's just you wake up overnight and it's successful. So again, look into that, do some research, read some books. And I hope that you guys like this first video for this series, which is the second vlog. So it's kind of confusing, but it's the first episode of this series, How to Create a Successful Business. Again, in the description, I have a link to my blog website as well as the Audible with the 2 free books. Check that out. And again, it's 2 free books, so why would you pass up on that? Anyways, we're doing weekly vlogs. Check those out. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button, as well as hit the notification button right when you subscribe, just so you know you get a notification when I upload videos. Thanks again for you guys' support, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out.
Chuki.